Welcome to the Financial Freedom Podcast with your host, Lorna Poole, sharing the secrets to creating wealth, investing, and that all-important money mindset. To find out more and accelerate your journey to financial freedom, head on over to www.lornapoole.com to get started. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Podcast. Would you like to know how to make an investment that makes 90% rate of return? Are you looking for a possible extremely high rate of return investment opportunity? As a professional investor, you might be interested in taking a look at a blockchain SaaS project where the rate of return may exceed double-digit multiples of your original. And here to explain this is Andrew Winn. Andrew, great to have you here.
Thank you for having me on today.
Tell me this, what is a blockchain SaaS? And am I saying it right?
Well, we're a software as a service company, which means we're a software company. According to Citigroup, we were designated as the top people management solution. Now, our software monitors all computer-based work, and we believe we make computer-based work both easy to verify and coordinate. And in addition, we also think our software helps boost efficiency per employee by about approximately 15 to 40%. We also think it helps reduce fraud, overbilling, and waste.
Can I hold you for one second? So what you're saying, your technology offers the same as, so you're not hiring people, you're using technology to do the job. Is that right?
That's correct. We use our technology, our software, to monitor the work that, all computer-based work, any workers you have that are primarily outside of your office place.
Okay.
Now, we hope to make that work both visible and easy to manage, and those we feel are really the strong strengths of our software.
Okay, so explain it all to me.
Well, imagine you're doing some work outside of your office place. We think right now you have zero visibility in what that person is doing. And our software is actually created because we had to hire some workers in foreign countries. And frankly, we didn't know if they were doing the work we wanted them to do, if they were doing other work that wasn't related to us, or whether they were writing a note to their grandmother or out on the golf course. And so we created this software just to manage our own internal workforce. And then we realized about 3 years ago, we entered a competition at Citigroup. We actually won that competition. That's how we were designated as the top people management solution. We realized we could commercialize this product.
Top people management solution, Citigroup, yes. So what kind of, the technology, right? Instead of having people, what can it do for you?
Well, it does a number of things for a company. There's project management aspects to the solution, as well. It gives you the full visibility in what somebody is doing, and in fact, we help and we determine, okay, how much time a worker is working on a project specifically for you, and therefore determine if that's a billable activity. We monitor their progress through time. And we determine exactly over a specified period of time how much work they've done for you. So you'll have a very good idea over a period of time. For example, the past month, it will generate, you have worked X number of minutes at a certain rate. It'll create an invoice for you. And then you can compare that as a manager to the bill or the invoice that they send you at the end of the month, and allow you to ask yourself, well, okay, why is there a difference? And there are lots of reasons for a difference. For example, they could be out on a meeting, at a 2-hour meeting. We only monitor computer-based work. We're not monitoring when somebody leaves their computer and goes off to a meeting. However, the software does have an ability they can enter that time, 2 hours, into the billable activity for you.
Very clever. Yeah, because I think we're getting to a stage where technology is going to do the work for us, and jobs are going to become obsolete.
Well, we're really excited about this, and we have some pretty lofty goals. We want to make this transparent verification of billable hours mandatory for all government contracts. And in fact, ultimately, we'd like to amend the Sarbanes-Oxley Act to make the same kind of verification mandatory for all publicly traded companies in the United States. But our growth isn't just reliant on what we're doing with the government. We're also working to add this same feature to the corporate procurement policies for major corporations. So therefore, we want to make transparent verification the new standard for corporate procurement.
For corporate, say that again.
Oh, corporate procurement. So in the policies of what we've come to realize is companies might not just use the software to monitor their own employee base.
Yeah.
We're finding that companies also care a lot about the contracts that they have with other corporations.
Yes.
So in fact, they might want to make sure if they're getting charged by another corporation is doing work for them, we believe they might care a lot that they're not being overbilled or there's any fraudulent activity in those corporate contracts that they have.
And how does it pick up, how does it flag if something's off?
Where there's full visibility in the software. And the software actually determine if that is a billable activity to you or if that's a questionable or a non-billable activity, or if it's something that it's undetermined as to what they're actually working on. So it puts it in these three buckets, and it kind of monitors that, where if it's undetermined, you'll actually have to come in, take a look at that activity, and determine whether that's a billable activity for you.
So, your software, right?
Yes, that's our software.
It's not one size fits every company. You have to tell it what's what. Is that how it works?
No, our software can. You can go in and tell it exactly every single program that you want as a billable activity for you. Or we also have the ability to go in and say, well, for this particular company, these are billable activities that we think are billable activities for you. And it can the software can actually be pre-populated with what work that we think is a billable activity to you.
Wow. Yeah, very interesting. And how does this give a company a 90% return?
Well, I think we make a strong business case that we're in the best position to take over the transparency marketplace and the management of remote workers. Now, we believe our marketplace is significantly larger than the marketplace for Salesforce.com, which is another SaaS company which grew to a valuation of about $120 billion. So we believe if we achieve all of those goals that I told you about earlier, if we can achieve and take over the transparency marketplace, if we can get the same valuation as a Salesforce.com type of a valuation, then we think investors that invest in the current $10 million round may potentially achieve or possibly achieve high rates of return. But I don't think anyone can actually guarantee specific returns. So I'd really want to highlight that and say I don't think any company can actually guarantee a return.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Fantastic. So, so what you're saying to investors by getting involved with your company and the transparency and the visibility and all that, it can make a big difference.
In fact, we are specifically looking for investors that are really targeting these types of returns, meaning looking for investment opportunities that have higher risk, higher potential return opportunities. Because we think this is a very large potential market. We think there's an acute need for this software because, as I said earlier, we think there's zero transparency into the work that's done remotely. We don't think anybody controls the marketplace for the transparent market. And I don't believe, in fact, there are any notable competitors in this marketplace. And we have a ready-made product that's easy to scale, a good management team, very experienced management team, and we're making some really good progress towards becoming the government-mandated solution. So these are kind of all the reasons why we're really excited about this investment. We're really targeting investors that want to join us on this journey.
So you're looking to investors to help you get to the next level with this?
Exactly. Now, We are specifically only looking for accredited investors. You must be an accredited investor if you want to potentially purchase our stock. Our minimum investment size is $50,000, which we're finding is a very reasonable level for accredited investors. And so potentially we think the investors that invest at this round, and again, we're doing a 506c raise and we're trying to raise $10 million, could potentially have positive rates of return, as long as we've achieved all of our business goals and everything I stated earlier.
And how young or old is this company?
The company is actually, I've looked at hundreds, if not, I think, thousands of companies, and this is in its infancy is how I would describe it, because we were actually only incorporated about 3 years ago, mid-2015. So it's still a relatively young and new company. But as I mentioned earlier in the call, we've developed the software. We're on version 3.0, and the software was developed about 10 years ago.
Okay. And where is it in use at the moment? It's in your own company, right?
Yes. So did I hear the question correctly? You said, where is it being used?
Yeah.
Well, we have a large number of partnerships and endorsements. In fact, we have what I would call the Mount Rushmore of the tech world is in fact a partner of ours. Mm-hmm. But we have a variety of different partners that just include a laundry list of potential large companies, including Google, ADP, Ernst & Young, Facebook, Cisco, and a variety of others. Probably too many to list on one call.
Yeah, very interesting. This is new to me, and I'm glad you brought it and put it out there. And it's very interesting what you have to offer. What else would you like to tell us about it?
Well, ultimately, what we're trying to do is we're trying to remove all those time wasters that we think are in the workforce. And according to consulting and research reports that we've read, time wasters amount to about 15 to 33% of a typical office day. So if you kind of think about it, what we're trying to do is remove them entirely from the workflow process, which we think would then help make the company as a whole or the project as a whole a lot more efficient. Furthermore, we find that when somebody is being monitored, they tend to change their behavior and they tend to have efficiency improvements there. So ultimately, what we're trying to do is increase the efficiency of a whole workforce, while at the same time, we're also trying to reduce any types of fraud or overbilling that potentially could occur as well.
Yeah, makes sense. Interesting. So this has been an amazing conversation. For anyone listening to this and they're interested in investing, what's the word you'd like to leave them with?
I'd really like to encourage them to come out and reach out directly to us. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn and under Andrew Winn, WINN, via LinkedIn, or they can reach out to us at www.transparentbusiness.com/invest. So transparentbusiness.com/invest, and just read about the investment opportunity. I'd encourage potential investors to at least take a look at it. I think it's a very rare opportunity where a company is really trying to improve an entire marketplace, help companies become more efficient, and then really get both visibility and the ability to easily manage a remote workforce. We think the whole workforce in general is moving towards moving away from the typical 8 to 5 type of job where I go to my job, I sit at a desk the entire day. We think people are requiring a lot more flexibility. And in fact, we think millions of workers, frankly, no longer even need to report to the office. So we're really excited about this whole this whole movement of more and more work being done or conducted outside of the office place.
Yeah, so I agree. I absolutely agree that the direction of how technology and how people work is definitely shifting, and that so-called 9-to-5 job, or is going to become obsolete.
We even saw some specific facts where hiring managers are predicting in the next decade 38% of their full-time permanent employees will work predominantly remotely. In other words, what they're saying is 1/3 of the entire workforce is just going to fully 100% work remotely. Who knows if that's actually going to occur, but that's still such a large potential percentage of the workforce, that might have a real need for this type of software.
Thank you, Andrew. This has been amazing, very interesting, and looks like it's something that has great investment potential.
We certainly hope so, and I hope some of your listeners, would potentially take a look at our investment and reach out to us with any questions they might have.
Yeah, and give that link again.
It's www.transparentbusiness.com/invest.
Thank you, Andrew. This has been amazing.
Thanks so much. I appreciate your time.
Hey everyone, remember to join us in the Private Financial Freedom Podcast Facebook group with me, your host, Lorna Poole. This is a safe haven of like-minded wealth-getting go-getters who, like you, are on their journey to creating financial freedom in their life. This is where you and I can get intimate. I can give you the support and guidance to go from where you are now to where you want to be, developing your wealth mindset and creating your financial freedom life. Join at www.facebook.com/groups The Financial Freedom Podcast. You will see the links to this on the website. It's in the show notes, or type it into the Facebook group. All you have to type in is Financial Freedom Podcast and you will see us there. Look forward to seeing you in the group. Take care. Thank you for joining us on the Financial Freedom Podcast to creating wealth, investing, and developing your money mindset. To get started today on your journey, head on over to www.lornapoole.com and grab your free course, 5 Steps to Breaking Free from Your Poverty Mindset and Accelerating Your Journey to Financial Freedom. See you there.